What's up? Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. And I will tell you what, middle grade magic right here. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 awesome 2023 middle grade books that you need to add to your to-read list, because these are some books that kids will fall in love with. I promise you that. Let's start off with Gary Smith's The Labors of Hercules spiel. Are you familiar with The Labors of Hercules? Because to be honest, I had no idea anything about what that meant. But thankfully, I read this book because in this book, Hercules, Beale, gets a teacher at his new school. He's a former military person who's now his teacher. And he makes Hercules, the character, the kid, go through all of the labors that the mythical Hercules went through to help him grow as a person, and he has to write about it. It's awesome. Gary Smith is awesome. I probably don't need to tell you much more about it other than it is everything that you come to love in a Gary D. Smith middle grade novel. You have the characters that are unforgettable. You have the story that just keeps you turning pages. You have the lessons. You have the heart that will stick with you long after you finish reading the final pages. This is just a brilliant, brilliant book. Hercules has been dealing with some things. His parents both died. He's now living with his brother. He had to switch schools. Whew, Gary makes you feel all the feels. All right, next up, Langley, The Order of Things. Wow, beautiful novel in verse about this girl. Her name is April, and she has a best friend named Z. And they are tight. They live in an apartment building, across the hall. April and her mom, Z and his dad. And they're so tight, they kind of go in and out of each other's apartments, best friends. But for the first time here in middle school, they're going to different schools. Z is like a musical prodigy with the violin. April really wants to play drums. There's some tragic event that happens. It's really crushing. And watching the characters put things back together, attempt to put things back together, is really powerful, really beautiful. I know you have a lot of readers, I'm guessing, that are falling hard for novels in verse. This is a beautiful, beautiful novel in verse that kids are going to be thinking about and talking about for a very long time. It would be an excellent, excellent read aloud. All right, let's go. North of Supernova. Lindsay's new book is about a girl named Stella, who parents are going through a divorce, or maybe they just went through a divorce. Mom has been in a rehab facility trying to get things figured out. She lives with her dad and her brother, and dad goes to Vegas for a work trip, meets a girl, and it's become it becomes super serious instantly. And whoa, she's not a fan at all. I think just the idea of her life changing. She's starting to make friends at her school, and now she have to, I think it was Oregon maybe, or Washington. They might have to move, or maybe Northern California. I'm really bad with that kind of thing. They move to Vegas. So it starts off she's going to Vegas for 2 weeks, and it's looking like she might have to live there. Holy smokes, her and her soon-to-be stepsister try to sabotage things. Whoo, yeah. Lindsay's a great writer, so check this one out, North of Supernova. I think you have a lot of readers who will really dig this one. I did. I was just so curious, are they going to get married? Are they not going to get married? And there's a lot of horoscopes and fortune teller stuff in it. Check it out, it's really fun. Okay, next up, one of the best books that I have read in years, The Probability of Everything by Sarah Everett. The book starts with your 11-year-old Kemi, I think is how you say it, Kemi. They're watching television, mom, dad, brother, her, and it comes on the television that an asteroid is coming. It has an 84.7% chance of hitting Earth in 4 days. And she really is a scientist and a probability person, and she knows what that means. That's probably everyone's going to die. And I'm not going to tell you anything else, because that's all that I knew going in. And it is one of those books that if you can go into reading this without knowing anything else, it will be one of the best reading experiences you've had. Because I'm going to tell you, I've been talking about this book on social media for days, and I've gotten a handful of people at least to read it, and I begged them to not know anything going in. And they're all like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So The Probability of Everything is a book that you just have to trust me, because I could tell you some things that would get you to read this. But if you read it without knowing those things, it's gonna blow your mind. And I want your mind to be blown, because then you'll buy this book for your classroom or your library, and then you'll do the similar type of book talk, because you won't want them to know anything going in. I can't even fathom what it would be like reading this book aloud. Wow, what an experience for a group of readers. The Probability of Everything, read it, so good. And next up, you've probably heard of Treasure Island, right? Famous book. Well, guess what? Got a little modern retelling of Treasure Island, Runaway Gold, from the one and only Jewel Parker Rhodes. And in this one, you got Zane, who his mom is like trying to make ends meet. So they have like different people like living with them, like renting out a room. And this one person kind of like was like a treasure hunter, kind of like, you feel like you're not really sure what's going on, if that's true or anything. And then she dies. And it kind of sets in motion them becoming treasure hunters. And the island is Manhattan, and their ships are skateboards. Holy smokes. This one comes out in October of 2023. I read this on vacation in the Caribbean, and it was just like, I just couldn't stop. I just was at the pool all day devouring it. So I hope you found at least one book to add to your to-read list. All 5 of these are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Check them out. They're all just so good. They're all on my list of awesome 2023 books, which I'll put in the link of the description. And maybe I forgot to put them on, so I probably should go do that. So I'm going to do now. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Hope you have an awesome, fantastic day.